Hi everyone, welcome to today's session. We are going to see capital budgeting today. Capital budgeting is the process of making investment decisions in fixed assets or capital expenditure. For example, if you are going to manufacture a washing machine, so you have to make an investment on the fixed asset. That is, you have to purchase the land, machinery, etc. So inside that, you have to make a decision whether you are going to purchase, whether you are going to produce a fully automatic machine or a semi-automatic machine. So in such a case, you will come to a conclusion, that is, you will take a decision which would be most profitable. So like that way, if you want to take a decision, capital budgeting helps you in taking that particular investment decisions. Now the first point, the process of making investment decisions in fixed assets or capital expenditure. The second one, planning and analysis of capital acquisition and capital expenditure. So the same example could be taken for this. So first you plan whether we have to produce a fully automatic. After that you analyze whether the capital could be utilized for a semi automatic. So what might be the profit there? So the next point, to determine which project will yield the most return. Here, what is the meaning of return is the profit. So whatever you invest as a capital investment, you are expecting something in return. So we take a decision in which we get most return, that is over an applicable period of time, that is in a given period of time. For example, within 2 years, what might be your profit? So in such a cases, we need capital budgeting. We have to use capital budgeting techniques. So now next, we are going to see what are the methods of capital budgeting techniques. So the basic methods utilized inside capital budgeting techniques are, the first one, traditional method, and the second one is the modern method. Inside traditional method, you have payback period method. So what is the name itself says that payback period method. If you invest in a as a capital inside a particular business, what might be your return? What might be the period of return? That is calculated inside the payback period method. The next point inside traditional method is average rate of return or accounting rate of return, popularly known as ARR. Modern method, inside modern method, we have four classifications. The first one is net present value method, popularly known as NPV method. B, profitability index method. The next one, internal rate of return method, we call in short form IRR method. And the last one is discounted payback period method. So there inside traditional method, we saw payback period method, and here inside modern method, we have discounted payback period method. But both inside traditional as well as modern method of capital budgeting techniques, it is purely based upon cash inflows as well as outflows of the project. We are going to see the problems inside payback period method. This is the problem. A project cost 5 lakh and yields annually a profit of 80,000 after depreciation at 12% per annum, but before tax at 50%. Calculate the payback period. Here we take that cash inflows are constant. That means there is no change inside the inflows. It is always constant. So how to do? So first of all, we are taking profit before tax after depreciation. That is, the amount is 80,000. So you write it, and after that, as it is before tax, we are reducing taxation, which is 50%. It is given in the problem. So 80,000 into 50%, we take 40,000 here. If we reduce from 80,000, we get 40,000. So that is what the profits after tax and after depreciation. So what we are going to do now is, in order to find out the annual cash inflow, we have to add, keep it in mind girls, you have to add depreciation. How to calculate depreciation? Depreciation has to be calculated only in the project cost. So what is the project cost? 5 lakh is the project cost. So 5 lakh into 12%, as it is given in the problem, 12% is the depreciation. So you get 60,000, and if you add, here if we have to add So 40,000 plus 60,000, you get the annual cash inflow to be 1 lakh. Now you have a formula for calculating payback period, that is investment divided by annual cash inflow. So what is the investment here? The project cost 5 lakh. So 5 lakh divided by annual cash inflow 1 lakh, so that you get 5. So 5 years is the payback period. Like the same way, I have given 2 exercise problems in which you have to calculate the payback period, wherein the project cost is 20 lakh, profit to be 3 lakh after depreciation at 12.5 percentage per annum. So here only 12 percentage in the illustration I have mentioned, but in the exercise problem it is 12.5 percentage. You have to keep it in mind, but before tax at 50%. Everything is the same here, and I have also given you the answer here. That is also you get 5 years. And next problem, exercise problem, you have to calculate the payback period. Project cost to be 25 lakh. Profit is 4 lakh after depreciation at rate of 12% per annum, but before tax at 50%. Here too you get the same answer of 5 years. In this problem, you are going to calculate the payback period, wherein two automatic machine as well as ordinary machine has been given. You have to find out which is suitable for us, which will give you a good payback period. And also sales is given, so you take into account, first you start from the sales. That is, for automatic machine it is 1,50,000, and for ordinary machine it is 1,50,000. From that you have to reduce material cost, labor cost as well as variable cost. So after reducing simultaneously in both the sides, what you get is 64,000 in automatic side and 20,000 in ordinary side, which is your profit before tax and depreciation. And kindly note in your problem, girls, it is income tax and depreciation should be ignored. So that what we do, we take this the same answer to be the profit after tax as well as depreciation. That means we need not, in the earlier problems what we did, we reduced the tax and we added the depreciation. So in this problem, as it is given in the problem itself, we ignore income tax and depreciation. It is as it is given in the problem, we consider the same as the answer for the annual cash flow for automatic as well as ordinary. Now you apply the payback period. What is the formula for that? Investment divided by annual cash flow. So what is the investment for automatic? 2,24,000. And what is the annual cash flow here? 64,000. 2,24,000 divided by 64,000, you get 3.5 years. And here the investment is 60,000 and annual cash flow is 20,000, wherein you get 3 years to be your payback period. And what is the wise decision? See, if you take the automatic machine to be your project, then you'll have to pay in 3.5 years only you can pay back the amount. But if you take ordinary machine, you can pay your debt within 3 years. So it is wise to take the payback period to be the ordinary machine. In the same problem, the new thing, that is profitability beyond payback period. This you have a new formula you have to learn. For that, in order to find out the profitability beyond payback period, that is annual cash inflow into life in years minus payback period in years. For automatic machine, we got 64,000 to be the annual cash inflow. But what is given in the problem? Life in years is 5.5 years. That is, the total life for that particular machine is 5.5 years. And what you got the payback period? 3.5 years, 3.5 years. So what you need to do, you have to apply in this formula, that is annual cash inflow 64,000. Life in years is 5.5 and payback period is 3.5. So that you get 2 years. And 64,000 to be multiplied by 2 years, so that you get 1,28,000 to be the profitability beyond payback period. And next, for the ordinary machine, the same formula is utilized, and 20,000 is your annual cash inflow, and 8 years is their life span, and 3 years is the payback period which we have computed, and 20,000 into 5 years, that is 8 years minus 3 years, you get 5 years, so you get 1 lakh. So here conclusion, what is the profitability beyond payback period? For profitability beyond payback period, automatic is preferable, because automatic you get profit of 1,28,000. But what is the profit inside ordinary machine? Only 1 lakh. So always we need more profit. So 1,28,000 is recommended in case of profitability beyond payback period. But in the above case, that is already we completed that, under payback period method, ordinary machine is preferable.